I think a lot of monkeys like are smart enough to do what we do, but they just don't want to pay taxes.
The sky is blue because the government just thought it was like a pretty color, and they just wanted that to be the ceiling.
Anatomy has never been my strong suit.
No. We can tell.
I didn't really think about the fact that if my mouth was open, it was going to come for me.
Hello and welcome to That Goes Awesome, the only podcast where everything goes awesome.
Jaden, I'm drowning in schoolwork right now. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
But my head is over the top of the water. I finished almost all of my actual work. All I got is 3 finals, 2 quizzes, and 1 final PowerPoint presentation to make, and I'm done. So I have no regular assignments. It's over.
What is it, the thing that people say when like you reach the age of like 50? It's like no, you're like over the hill or something.
Right?
I think you're over the hill.
I'm over the hill of college. But yeah, we're recording this a few days later than we usually do. And you know I sent you a text, but I didn't get to explain what happened. So the text that I had sent Jason.
Who is Jason? Are you cheating on me?
I haven't seen that guy in a while.
You have a podcast with somebody else named Jason?
I should.
No, you shouldn't.
But I texted you and I was like, hey, do you mind if we record the podcast Monday, which we usually record on Fridays? I was like, because my one of my classes just dropped a surprise 6-page essay on me.
Yeah.
So for context behind that, one of my classes, my cybercrime class, is an online class, and I'm like nailing it in that class. Like I've like never gotten below like a 98 in that class.
Okay. Top dog.
Yeah. And I think I had mentioned on the podcast previously that like I had an assignment that was due at the end of the semester to get like certified for some sort of cybersecurity thing with like a government website. So I went to go do that, and I didn't do it like late. I did it like 3 days early, which I mean some people would be late, but we haven't had it like the entire semester. We've only had it for like a week or 2. But I went to log on to that website. It required taking my ID, giving it my social security number.
Give it to us now.
No. I had to like have like my my address to like that, like where I actually lived, and then I had to like give my phone number, and everything worked until I got to the phone number, and it's like, we can't verify that your phone number is yours. Keep in mind, when I logged on to this website, it sent me a verification code over text, and I gave them the code. Is that not enough for you? But I could never get in. I have no clue what happened. Also, janky website anyway. I put in the address that I live at, my dad's house, and it was like, no, that's not it. Even though that's what's on my ID, because my previous ID like had like my mom's house, my mom's old house, and it said, no, it doesn't work. So then I swapped it and put in my old address. Since that was my original ID, and it was like, yeah, that works. And then whenever I was redoing the entire process to see my phone number would work, it took my new one but not my old one. The government is messed up, man. What are they doing? But I emailed my professor. I was like, hey, I can't get in. I was like, it won't accept my phone number. I think I like almost said like word for word, it tells me I don't exist or something like that. But he was like, okay, the only other option is to go to the post office to verify your ID, which the website gives you the option to do that. And I was going to do that, and it takes you through a whole bunch of steps that you have to do before going to the post office, basically to let them know that you're coming.
This is a terrible assignment, by the way.
Yeah, no. And that's the final assignment. And I went through that whole process, and it ends with the phone number thing again. So I'm like, I can't even go to the post office. And he was like, okay, here, I'll give you a alternate assignment, because we had an alternate assignment, but like for some reason it wasn't posted. Assignment 2 had an alternate assignment that you could do, and it was like all the stuff, like requirements for it was there. But for some reason 3 had like a Dropbox for it, but didn't tell you what it was. And then he hits me with it, and he's like, okay, you've got to watch a movie that has some sort of cybercrime in it, and then write a 6-page essay on it.
Ooh.
And I already had a 6-page essay due that Sunday night, and I worked both days.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, I've got now 2 6-page essays to write. So I decided to write it on Jurassic Park.
Let's go.
I've got that movie like memorized. I didn't have to watch it. So I wrote the whole thing on like one like.
Which Jurassic Park?
The first one.
Okay.
Like the whole thing that caused the park to shut down. I wrote it on that. I finished it in like 2 hours. So honestly, I probably could have done the podcast, but like.
That's crazy.
I got more homework done.
That you wrote a 6-page essay in 2 hours.
I know.
I just could never do that.
I had to lock in hard because then the next day, Saturday, my other 6-page essay took me about 7.
Oh.
It was like because it was like a proper research paper. I had to go through a whole bunch of stuff. I wrote it on a sex offender because it was a case study for a sex offender. I wrote about the subway man, Jared Fogle.
Okay.
From like 2001 to like 2015, he was like the subway guy, and he was like a guy who like lost like 200 pounds because he ate only Subway in college or something like that.
Oh.
But then I had a 100 question exit exam to take to be able to graduate. I got a 96 on that, I think, so that slaps. And I had another quiz. Now I'm done with like regular assignments. All I got quizzes and final exams.
Not even like the semester. You're done.
I actually did finish my Monday, Wednesday, Friday class today.
Yeah.
That was the last one I had. With college, like you meant.
Yeah.
I'm like done. But on Friday, I had to give my presentation on a 10-page paper that we had to write. And it was a 6 to 10 minute presentation. And I'm not gonna lie, everybody was kind of like slacking. Like they'd like barely be 6 minutes. Some of them were less. That kind of thing. I got an A- on it because I went 12 minutes and 58 seconds. I'm like, oops, I didn't mean to go over.
You're used to talking.
I guess, yeah. I was a yapper, but I'd rather do that than go under.
Don't go under. Dude, I'm like I was the same way though when you texted me. Like I know I said like I agree, but like literally, I feel like I always get my assignments done.
You're always making fun of me for slacking.
Yeah, like I'm always on top of it, but for some reason, like it seemed like everything just hit all at once, like near the end of the semester, and I still have stuff I have to go finish after this. But yeah, it's just the end of the semester really sucks.
I know, and I got like all of the worst classes I could have gotten all in the same semester.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm at the end.
This is like almost the last podcast you'll ever record being in college.
True.
There's like 2 more.
Yeah. I'll be done with all of my in-person classes by the time we record next time. Yep. Also, by the time we record next time, I'm gonna look like a completely different dude.
Why?
I'm getting a haircut on Thursday. I'm also gonna shave between now and then. Cause I want to look nice for graduation. But like, I don't get my haircut often at all, which is obvious. But there's history behind that because of like who my old barber used to be. But I'm not gonna go into that on the podcast. But just know that there's some stuff there.
I remember you asking me for barber recommendations.
Yeah, I probably did do that. But like, I've been going to another guy who's like a family friend for the past couple years, ever since my original barber I could left my life. That's so funny without context. So I'm not going to give context. But he's a great guy. I love him. But every time I go, he like low key like doesn't listen. So it's just like I'll show him a picture of like what I look like in like sophomore year or something like that, and be like, okay, I want my hair to look like this. Doesn't matter what picture I show him, it's coming out the same way every single time. And I'm never happy with it. I always walk out like, yep, my hair's shorter. I don't like the look of it. It's always too short. It's always like just not what I wanted. So I have like the type that you actually like schedule an appointment for, and I have one scheduled for 3:45 on Thursday, and like apparently he's good. Okay. So like, I'll look like a new man.
I don't want your hair to go away though.
I'm not gonna go bald. That's what you're saying. I'm not losing it all.
I like the hair.
Thank you. There's a slight fear in me always that I'm gonna like I'm gonna get my hair cut short and then realize that I'm like balding or something like that.
Yeah.
Because my dad does not have a lot of hair at all, and he said he lost it around this time.
Uh-oh.
Whereas my grandpa is 78.
He's still got a whole head of hair.
Yeah, and like he's doing fine. So I'm hoping I get that one. I'm hoping I'm on that side.
Okay, well, I am excited to see what your hair looks like next time we record the podcast.
Me too. I'm scared. I hate especially because right before graduation, I want to look nice for graduation. If my haircut's bad, I'm gonna kill myself.
That's actually.
I shouldn't have said that, but it's okay.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. If it looks bad, I mean,
I know.
What are you gonna do?
That's why I'm probably gonna shave like tomorrow, so I have time to get a little bit of stubble before. Because if I wait until like Friday, something like that, and
You're gonna look like a child.
I will. It's gonna be bad. I like de-age like 5 years if I get a haircut and shave at the same time.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. Actually, you shouldn't do it.
Well, see, that's the issue. If I get shorter hair and my beard is like more like thicker like this, then I just look lopsided. The lower half of my face is big and the upper half is small. I don't like that.
Yeah, you just gotta hope the barber does you good.
Yeah, I hope he locks in.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what to do. 'Cause I'm not used to like going to a barber and being like, yeah, I want this exact hairstyle. I might just let him freestyle it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I might sit down and be like, give me what you think works, and
yeah.
then pay him.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that might be what happens.
Barber's discretion.
Yeah, barber's discretion. Amen, brother.
Okay, so this is the first episode of May.
Okay.
Which means this is the last episode we're recording in April. Which means I have to do my recap of my of my resolutions, where I was making myself both complete a single player game and watch a movie every single month. I'll start with the game because you already know the game I was playing.
Yes, I do.
So this month I played and completed yesterday Assassin's Creed 2, which is like the first part of the Ezio trilogy. Yeah, which I have some opinions on the game.
Okay.
I think it's not a bad game by any means, but man, were those controls making me mad.
Yeah.
You can tell it's an old game just because of how the controls are laid out. The part that really, well, first of all, I think the combat just didn't really work with how they like tried to do a lot of it. And maybe that's because like I literally like a couple months ago just beat like one of the newer Assassin's Creed games.
The newer ones don't have Assassin's Creed combat. They just have like action combat.
But I didn't like the fighting. I just thought the controls for it didn't work. And my biggest gripe for the controls is, for whatever reason, the sprint button is the same as the climb button. So whenever I'm just trying to run around to get to an objective, like on the ground, like fast or something, I just start climbing everything. It's like I'm trying to run down this alleyway and I'm on top of a bench.
It's so funny hearing you talk about that, because to me, that's what Assassin's Creed is. Because I don't like the new ones. And like every Assassin's Creed game, and before the new ones, which was like Odyssey that changed it, had that. The run button was the climb button, and it was always been like that.
Yeah, maybe it's because I just played Valhalla. But it got on my nerves so bad.
If you play the newer ones first, you have a false sense of what the originals were.
That's true. See, I've played like Syndicate before, and I played Unity before.
Yeah, those were like the evolution from going to the old style into the new style.
Okay, so like that was kind of more what I was expecting.
That's my favorite. Like, Unity has my favorite gameplay in the series.
Yeah, see, I really like that game, and I did think that I thought Assassin's Creed 2 was good. Like, I didn't think it was
bad. The story's
bad.
great. It definitely has aged. I will say, like, movement-wise, it ticks me off because I'm bad at it. Mm-hmm. But, like, you can actually get crazy good at it. Like, the controls feel bad, but, like, if you go into, like, the menus and do all, like, the tutorials and stuff like that, it's kind of like if you're, like, playing, like, a skateboarding game, like Skate 3, and you can do all these, like, cool moves. It's kind of like that, where if you know how to do it, you have no issues with it. But if you don't learn, it's just going to feel janky the whole time, and I never learned.
I think my favorite part of the game, and maybe this is just because I'm a nerd, but I just loved exploring Italy.
No, yeah, it's so cool. It is so cool.
Yeah, like seeing all the different places like actually like built like for that time frame, I thought it was really cool.
I've always liked playing the Assassin's Creed games because of the history. Like Assassin's Creed 3, just hanging out in the American Revolution is hype.
Yeah, I want to play that game.
That one's my favorite like setting wise and story wise. Unity's my favorite gameplay wise, but I don't think the story in Unity is great.
So I think I want to go for maybe not like right away, maybe not the next following months, but I think I am going to like complete the Ezio trilogy. Then I've played like most Assassin's Creed games at that point.
There's a lot, but do you see this past week they announced the remake of Black Flag?
Yeah, I did,
and it looks fire.
See,
it looks so good.
I've never played that one.
I never finished it, but it's really good. Mm-hmm. It is definitely like first and foremost a pirate game.
Yeah,
with Assassin's Creed is like just there, but like it's so fun.
But that's the same with Valhalla. It's a Viking game.
I would argue there's not even Assassin's Creed there in Valhalla. I think it's just straight up a Viking game.
I think there is, but I don't think there's enough.
It's like because like I've probably mentioned this before on the podcast, but Origins gets a pass for having no assassins because it's the origins of the assassins. They're not built yet. Odyssey takes place before Origins, I do not get a pass. That's not an Assassin's Creed game. It is the origins of like the artifacts and stuff like that. So I at least almost give that a pass. Valhalla definitely doesn't get a pass because it takes place after the assassins have been invented. You see assassins in the game, but you don't play as one. And I hate that. You never become a hidden one or whatever they call them. You get a hidden blade, you wear it wrong.
See, I don't remember enough of the story to be able to argue.
It's not good enough for me to care.
Well, I think we talked about that in great lengths in the other podcast when we talked about Valhalla, so we don't have to get back into that. But the movie that I watched was Interstellar.
I've never seen it.
For the first time. Yeah. So like obviously all the Artemis 2 stuff, I was just on a space kick, I guess. I was like, then I knew that Interstellar was like so loved by a lot of people, but I had never seen it, and I was like, that has to be my movie. And I watched it like a while ago, so like I don't remember the exact runtime. I just remember it being like a longer movie. I want to say it's like 3 hours,
something like that.
So like I think that's a lot of why people like nowadays don't want to watch it, because it's so long. I feel like we have a shorter attention span, but man, that movie was so good.
It's one of those movies that like it's a guy's movie. Trying to think of how to explain it, like Fight Club, where it's just like there's gonna be a ton of dudes out there who, if you ask them what their favorite movie is, they're gonna say like American Psycho, Fight Club, Interstellar, something like that. It's just like it's one of those.
Interstellar is just awesome. I would definitely recommend you go and watch it.
I need to. Yeah. I've seen so many like beloved movies, and somehow that one just skipped over my radar. Like,
because there's just so much to it. Like I don't want to spoil the story, but like there's so much to the actual space and like science part of it, which is like I think is really interesting, and it's a really long movie, but I think it makes, after seeing the ending, it makes it better if you go for a rewatch, which I haven't yet. But there's like so many reveals at the end, and like the score, like the music is just great, because I like had heard it before, so like I knew what it was, because like they play like the same theme like throughout like the entire movie. But like, the way it builds on top of like itself is just like really cool.
The soundtrack is really good.
Yeah, because it just like the whole movie just messes with like time dilation, basically, and so like the music like reflects that, and I thought that was really cool.
I hot take. I know some people hate them. I love long movies. I think they're kind of fire. Like, cause like obviously like it sucks if you're like in a movie theater and you gotta pee and it's a 3-hour movie, but like it's just so fun to like just get completely invested in a story. Speaking of movies, you probably saw it on my like Snapchat story a few days ago. You might not remember it if you saw it, but my favorite musical is getting a movie adaptation now.
I did see that.
Epic the Musical has been announced to get an animated adaptation, which is fire. I'm stoked.
Did it say when?
No. It'll probably be a long time. I'm hoping it's 2D animation, but 2D animation takes forever because they have to hand draw it. So if they do that, it's going to take a very long time. If they 3D animate it, it'll come out faster. But I'd rather it be 2D. When I'm thinking, like I've always thought since as it was coming out that when it got adapted, I don't want like a live action movie, and I would like a stage adaptation, but it's just not. The story is too like big for a stage adaptation. Like I don't think it's not gonna hit as hard fighting as Cyclops whenever it's like a guy in a suit. But like I've always thought if they're gonna do it, they should do it as an animated adaptation, and it should have the art style of like the old DreamWorks animated movies, like Prince of Egypt and stuff like that. Prince of Egypt, Road to El Dorado. You probably have no clue what I'm talking about right now, but I love their art style, so I'm really hoping that happens.
Anyways, Christian.
We were talking about Interstellar a few minutes ago, so this kind of fits the vibe, the sciencey vibe.
Yeah, sciencey. Things that we don't know a lot about, which is what I was feeling watching that movie.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just to go back to it.
I've heard it's confusing.
Really quick. It is really confusing. It goes a lot into, like, I said time. It, like, explores, like, time as the fifth dimension.
I could be wrong, but I think it was a Christopher Nolan movie. And he makes absolute bangers, but they are confusing a lot. Speaking of Christopher Nolan, he's also directing another adaptation of The Odyssey.
Let's go.
Which The Odyssey is my favorite fictional story ever. So I can't. Like, we've never gotten a proper movie adaptation. We had like one in the '90s, but like I'm really excited to see like a really good director go for it. But
go watch Interstellar if you haven't seen it.
True.
But
watch The Odyssey in theaters.
Not right now.
Okay, so on the topic of sciencey things, science is a...
Science rules.
Yeah, science. Science is a conglomeration of all of the people that have come before us learning things and expanding upon it. We're not those people. We don't know anything. So this might sound similar to the idea behind the philosophy thing. We talked about it. There's so many things that happen in life. This isn't just science. This could be anything. Because the whole idea. But we were thinking about like if we wholeheartedly tried to answer questions that we're not qualified to answer. So we both have a list of questions that we're going to ask each other, and we can answer our own questions as well. But like we're going to ask questions to the other person, and we're going to give truly our best guess as to what the answer is. We're not going to improv it. We're going to try to explain it.
So okay, so we're for once in our life we are being serious.
Yeah, but it's going to sound stupid because we're not smart, and we've already decided we're not going to look anything up. So if we ask a question and we give our answer, that is fact.
Okay, no, I wouldn't say that. So,
but we're not gonna look it up. So
we're just the point of it. We're just trying to like.
Yeah, we're just trying to explain.
We're giving our best answer as to how we would assume it would work.
So here is Jaden and I asking questions that we are not qualified to answer.
Cue the music.
Do you want? I don't think there's gonna be any music. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go?
You go first. Cue the sad music.
My first question: how does Wi-Fi actually transmit data through the air?
Okay, that's actually a really interesting question. You know, I feel like I've actually never thought about that.
No, it just works. Which is gonna be my answer to like a lot of these.
It just works. Okay, I assume it's along the same lines as like just radio waves.
It's gotta be waves, right?
Yeah, it's like some type of wave.
Some sort of frequency thing.
Frequency, yeah. Okay. Now that I'm trying to explain this, I'm starting to realize how dumb I actually might be.
Well, I don't think the average person knows this.
No, okay, so this is terrible. I'm guessing there's just okay, so the Wi-Fi. Okay, so like the router, that's like the hub, right?
The Wi-Fi gives your house like the router gives your house like better access to the connection, but it doesn't come from the router. It comes from like, towers. And
right.
stuff.
So, but like the router's like the centralized hub for your house.
Yeah, for your house, yes.
And so I guess it has some type of. Obviously, it's able to connect to other.
It has an antenna and that transmits the waves. But how does it do that?
Okay, how does it transmit the waves? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Maybe they're okay. So what waves do we know about? We know about sound waves, right? And are those different? I guess those have to be different than like radio waves. But I don't know what a radio wave is.
Radio is semi-sound based, but like there's so much to it because there's also like light waves and crap like that. I don't know, doesn't use light.
So what does it use?
It's got to be radio wave. That's all I can think of. But what are radio waves?
I don't understand what a radio wave is.
I hate this idea already. This is
a bad idea. So radio waves.
Yeah, explain it to your what you know.
I don't know anything about radio waves. Okay, I guess I'm gonna in my free time have to research radio waves because I don't understand how they work.
I'm gonna have to Google everything that I ask you.
Yeah, afterwards
because I don't know.
Man, that was a bad one to start with. I don't know how to explain it. But I assume it's along the same lines as carrier pigeons.
They sense the vibrations in the air from the magnetic pull, and they're just like, "Yeah, that's home."
Check out last episode. Okay, Christian, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you one because I don't know how else to answer that because I sincerely I tried my best, but like that
I don't know.
Okay, Christian, you know that we evolved from monkeys, right?
Yeah.
Why are there still monkeys?
Okay, so I feel like previously I probably could have actually explained this, but it's been so many years since I've taken any classes like that. But like as far as I know, a lot of the things on Earth have evolved from very similar things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different species of monkeys were like the same like type of being originally, and as millions of years have passed and time has like gone by, monkeys have like all evolved into different types of monkeys, and humans are just kind of like one of those segmentations. So like at some point one set of the monkeys got smarter than the other, and as time went by They just continue to do so. And like no humans like Homo sapiens are different than like Neanderthals and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of different like early aged humans that also like evolved. So I think those original ones that are no longer here are just like also evolutions of monkeys that just didn't get as far as we did.
Yeah.
So I think we're just monkeys that like need to go to a casino or something because we got really lucky. I think we just kind of hit the jackpot and got smart.
So
but also like we have to pay taxes. So that's another theory, is that like I think a lot of monkeys like are smart enough to do what we do, but they just don't want to pay taxes.
I really like that idea. So essentially we just like veered off in a different path.
Yeah, I think as far as I know, like the circumstances of life pushed our like species to evolve beyond everything else, basically.
Well, thank you for teaching me, Christian.
You're welcome. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but no, that's fact. It's fact.
I'm taking that as a fact. Sorry.
New bit unlocked for the video. Why is the sky blue?
Okay, I did know the answer to this.
It's gonna be a running theme, I feel like.
At some point in my life. Oh, okay, so I'm assuming it has something to do with the atmosphere and the way that the
gases. That's my theory.
Gas, like all the gas in the atmosphere. That's not where I was going with it. Actually,
go where you're going with it.
I was going with some type of reflection from the sun's light waves that it's giving us on Earth, because I think it reflects from Earth, and then the atmosphere like it captures that, and maybe it is a mixture of some of those gases that just makes it blue, or maybe it's just because the sun reflects off the ocean and the ocean's blue.
I think it's because the government decided for the sky to be that color.
Yeah,
the simulation.
Actually, yeah, I want to walk back a little bit. So it's
walk with me here. Walk with me.
The sky is blue because, according to this dude that was on campus the other day, the sky is blue because the government just thought it was like a pretty color, and they just wanted that to be the ceiling, because the sun is actually just a lamp. According to the dude on campus.
That's insane.
And the Earth is flat also, by the way, and everything is a simulation.
That's wild. That's so funny. But no, I feel like it's some sort of combination of like light and gases in the atmosphere. So I think it's almost a combination of what we were saying. I don't know if I believe it's because the sun bounces off the ocean, but unfortunately, while you were saying that, like before you said that, I was thinking it and didn't want to say it out loud.
Okay, I don't think that's the reason either, but that makes sense.
Yeah, that's my best guess.
No, I genuinely think it's the light from the sun that is somehow captured in the atmosphere.
I could see that, because the atmosphere consists of so many different layers.
Yeah, there's
that all like form to make the sky blue, I think. Because once you go past it, it's not blue anymore.
Yeah, there's like the atmosphere, the batmosphere, the catmosphere, the datmosphere, the atmosphere. Okay.
Fatmosphere goes crazy.
Fatmosphere. You belong in the fatmosphere. Okay. Christian, I have a lot of cuts on my body. not that I physically harm myself, but no, I mean, okay, I do physically harm myself, but not on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I have a lot of cuts.
Yeah.
So my question is like, how does your body just heal all these cuts?
Ooh, that one.
Because like they do. Your body is like amazing how it can just heal something.
Anatomy has never been my strong suit.
No. We can tell.
But like, I have no clue what that means. But your body has like a ton of organs that all have different functions, and I think like it's kind of like a combination of them all going together. Like you have like the red blood cells that like fight off like viruses and infection and stuff like that.
Oh, that's more than I knew.
I think it's like they not just your red blood cells, but like every like part of you that keeps you alive is like slowly working together to keep you alive, and that requires like rebuilding parts that are broken. And like that makes me like think about like how weird it is that your bones like stop growing, but like they like are able to like fuse and stuff like that. Like, you know, if you like break a toe and your doctor doesn't do anything about it because it's gonna heal itself, like how does that make any sense? I don't like that. Which that's that other question for another time. But like in my professional scientific opinion, it's the like all of the stuff in your body just like connecting itself back together using red blood cells. That is my theory. My scientific explanation, not a theory. It's fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
Because there's some animals that can just like completely grow back limbs. So I think
Like
that's
starfish.
yeah, like that's awesome.
Why can't I do that?
Well, have you tried?
Not yet. I've made a few solid attempts. I'm not gonna lie.
But like your body's just actually so amazing. How it like if you have just like an incision right here, like you get some stitches in there like to help, and like it doesn't matter. Like it just whoop, it just comes back.
But on the flip side, it confuses me to like no end that like our body can heal cuts and stuff like that, but then some stuff it just like won't go away. Like I've got stitches here, like stitches, scars, and like scars confuse me too.
Okay,
because I know it's like deep tissue stuff. And that's what it gets.
Your body's not that smart. Your body's not doing it like to make it look pretty. It's just doing it to make it attached again.
On the contrary,
your body's obviously not doing anything to look pretty.
Maybe my body saw the stitches the doctor put on me. I was like, that's low-key fire. Like, let's keep this. Let's keep this going. So that's another theory as well. It's my body trying to look cool. Which like, okay. That's why scars stay. So they want you to look cool.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Your body just wants to look cool.
Okay.
Okay, Christian, hit me.
That's gonna make no sense for audio. I got some bangers.
Oh.
On my list is how does your body heal cuts? So I'm not gonna like.
Don't ask that one.
But I will do another body related one. How does DNA encode information?
How does okay? So deoxyribonucleic acid encodes information by.
That's all you got.
Okay, there's 4 different strands, right? Not strands. There's 4 different things that connect together.
Okay.
I don't remember what any of them are.
Ribosomes.
Nope.
Something like that.
Well, ribosomes are a part of it. That's not what I was looking for. Okay, so there's essentially... So DNA, think of it's like a ladder, right? Like a spinning ladder. But let's just think of like a 2D ladder. So it has the different poles. I don't remember what those are called. And then it has like strands in the middle. And each strand in the middle is made of 2 different strands that connect to each other. And there's like... I think there's 4. There's 4 different things. I don't remember what they're called. It sounds right.
From what I remember, you're on to something if you could remember.
I don't remember what they're called, so I'm not going to get there. There's no way. But it essentially, like, each little half of that ladder, like the right hand and left hand, they could each be any of those 4. And they... So, like, this one could be... Let's just say they're 1 through 4. That's their names. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This could be 1. This could be 4. Then this could be 2. This could be 1. This could be 4. This could be... Like, it's just all kinds of different combinations. And it is effectively an infinite amount of possible combinations because it's those 2 together, but in an endless loop. Not endless, but a really long loop that makes up your DNA. So it's that combination that defines what DNA is. And DNA is just the instruction manual for all of our cells to how to make us who we are.
Yeah, DNA is just low-key a password.
Yeah,
that, like,
it is.
Tells you how like each person is different. It's how like your parents like have relatively similar DNA. Like parts of them are found in both. Identical twins have like almost a genetically exact similar DNA. Like, but like, why does that happen?
DNA is the password to us all.
Amen.
Fact. Okay, Christian.
Yeah.
I want you to imagine I'm your son. You're my dad. Okay? For this next question. It's important. Trust me. Christian, where do babies come from?
Oh. So we're gonna go. Are we gonna go in for it?
Christian, where do babies come from?
Because like, I'm not gonna go into exact detail. And honestly, I probably could. I'm not even gonna lie.
You could. Okay. I'm your son. Talk to me like I'm your son.
So I say you don't want the genuine answer. You're gonna say how I would like say it to my son at first.
However you would take it.
Well, son, when a man and a woman love each other very much, gosh, how do I want to go with this? I see why you asked me this, because this is one that most people know, but like I don't want to just outright just like say it. Can I use like kid-friendly terms?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess penis and vagina are kid-friendly. It's not really that bad. You take your ding-a-ling, you stick it in their thing-a-ling, and depending on the person, you go a certain speed motion.
You did not have to say that.
Positions maybe. But you have a cum factory in your ball sack, and that forms the sperm that you then shoot into the woman, and they start swimming like rapidly.
The woman?
The woman starts she just starts floating over the bed, just gets out of the house. No, like so the sperm competes in a little like little 5-mile sprint. Or
You're
whatever.
making
That's
this
how
up
they
right
sprint.
now.
No, I'm going for it. This is how it works. I'm just trying to not just straight up say it. But like some of them will die on the way. But
Well, that's sad.
yeah.
But
Think of all. That's usually where they die. The sperm that wins becomes life. It becomes us. You won. Congratulations. Think about all the ones that lost on the way there.
So how do you win?
You've got to make it into the uterus, and this is where I start to get hazy. I know the women. Trust me, I know women's bodies very well.
I don't think you do.
But I don't properly know how cause I know it's we have the stuff that creates the egg basically. It goes into the eggs and inseminates the egg. I know that. But where it starts to lose me is I don't really get eggs. I can't tell you how actual eggs work, why chickens are just plopping them out constantly, but while they have yummy tasty insides whenever there's not a father involved, but when there is a male chicken involved, it gives you a baby chicken.
Yep, cock usually does that.
Amen. So I start to lose it there, but I do know it's a process of insemination where the man has the key to unlock the eggs, basically.
I don't think they're locked away.
They're not locked away, but the eggs aren't gonna do anything
Until they become fertilized.
unless you're Mother Mary.
True.
Amen. But
Do you want me to take over? Are you done now?
I don't that's I don't want to explain it literally constantly because I feel like most of us know, and I don't want to I could go into weird detail,
Dude.
but if you want to go for it, go ahead.
No.
No,
I'm
done. I've
Are
talked
you-
about women and men doing it for too long.
Are you done?
I'm done. I'll let you take over.
You got it. That's it. If I was a son, I would understand.
You'd understand?
Yep.
You said you had something to say though, so
No, I didn't know if you were going to keep going with
no, I'm done.
the
I'm
process
I-
so essentially the egg just gets fertilized. and
That's
then-
basically it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Insemination.
Insemination.
PIMDOS.
What's the P?
Penis.
What's the E? Erection.
In my vagina.
Okay, moving on.
I like
moving
erection. I guess no.
Okay.
I like that usage.
The next
Penis,
question.
erection, mother, dad.
Fact.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I apologize for that.
I was not expecting that one.
No, I know. I had that one in big bold text at the top.
That's so funny.
And that was the only one I had at first. So like for a while, every time I'd open my nose, it would just say, "Where do babies come from?"
Okay. This one's very different.
Okay.
How do touchscreens detect your finger?
Well, when a mom and a dad love each other. Okay. Man, that's something I've never thought about.
Yeah. Minecraft pressure plate top shoot.
Okay, so I'm thinking about those things. It's like a common toy for kids, I guess. It has all those pegs. It has one side that's glass and one side you can put your hand in.
I thought we were talking about the Cracker Barrel thing for a second.
No.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm trying to explain, but you interrupted me.
My bad.
Okay, so you like it has all those pegs on one side and it has the glass on the other side, and you like put your hand
Those
in,
things.
and like
Yeah.
it shows like the outline of the pegs like on the other side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's kind of how it works. If it's like a bunch of mini those that are sticking up, so like when you put your like finger, it can detect that like there's pressure right there. So like that it uses that pressure signage to like figure out what you're trying to do with some code.
Okay. I saw a life-size one of those things one time.
I did too.
Like a massive one. That's what happened. I opened my mouth and got deep-throated by the little pegs.
You're on one today.
But like that was I didn't really think about the fact that if my mouth was open, it was gonna come for me. I've got to stop.
Okay, this podcast is going off the rails.
But no,
Fact!
I think you're on to something. I do think it's some sort of like pressure pad
Yeah.
sensitivity thing. But next question for me, Jade. Come on.
Okay, Christian, if you clean a vacuum cleaner, does that make you a vacuum cleaner?
Oh. Well, then yeah. I don't even need to explain that one. I feel like yeah.
Okay, I have another one then.
Okay.
Why do our bodies just naturally wake us up at like 3 a.m.?
I mean, does like everybody do that? 'Cause I do that a lot.
It's like a very common thing.
When I wake up, I gotta pee.
Yeah, me too.
I usually always have to pee when I wake up. So that's why my body wakes me up because my bladder's full, and it's like, hey, that toilet in your dream is not real. Don't use it. That type of thing.
You need to tell that to my dog.
Did she pee your bed off?
Yes.
That's crazy. But I guess like there is the spiritual answer that like 3 a.m. is like the witching hour. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Where like all of like that's whenever like evil's closest to Earth, that kind of thing. So like your body's waking you up as like a safety thing because like there's something watching you, that kind of thing. My fact, is that like usually you just like you wake up because of something like having to pee or like maybe a sound or something like that. And people just kind of attribute it to 3 a.m. because I feel like 3 a.m. happens to be like almost right smack in the middle of like the average sleep schedule.
Okay.
So like if you like wake up semi close to it, it's just like, I'm waking up around 3 a.m. every single night. So I think it's more of a like you're waking up at like 2 or 1 or like 4 or 5, that kind of thing, and you're just like, man, it's around that time. But like for me specifically, I wake up because I have to do something. I gotta pee or something like that, or I'm like really thirsty. Sometimes my body's like, hey, you need liquid in you. But like that's my guess. Usually you need something. For the people who like wake up and don't need to like pee or anything like that, which that's crazy to me. First of all, if I wake up and I'm even like my bladder's even slightly got something in it, I gotta pee or I can't sleep. You know the too full of pee to sleep type thing, but too sleepy to go pee.
Yeah,
it's that. So we have one more. I think. You want to do one more question?
I have another question. Do you have a good one?
I've got like 1,000 on here.
I have a
good
good question.
Okay, hit me with the banger.
I want you to explain to me how the government has debt. Why can't we just print more money?
Okay. I have always thought it was funny that is a thing that has happened. Our government is so far in debt. So really, money is like only a thing because of how much like gold and stuff like that there is in the world. So like we can't just infinitely print money because technically it has a value that is attributed to another item that has a limited quantity.
Is that true?
Yes. But it's like gold, we don't use gold anymore. So in my mind, like the currency has gone so far beyond like what it originally was. If you have like a real dollar, it's like no one's going to attribute it to gold. So like if they just happen to print more dollars the exact same way they printed them, it's like you don't have like DNA of gold in your dollar. It's not just gold. There's more to it. But like that is the general idea, is because like currencies that have historically been used throughout time like exist in a way that like we've evolved. The dollar is technically attributed to like the wealth of the United States, like in the way like material stuff like gold. But I don't really get like, I don't get why we still use that. I guess it's because like some has to like exist, but then on the other half, like how do we have billionaires? How does that work?
Oh, that's a whole nother problem.
Yeah.
Should people even be billionaires?
No. Nobody needs that much money.
What? Share with the rest of us.
Please.
I'm hungry.
Jeffrey Bezos, if you're watching this, I could borrow some money.
We are hungry because nobody will subscribe.
Yeah. One day we'll get our monetization.
No, we are only kidding. We're joking. It's not about that. It's about creating a fun listening atmosphere for our audience, which is what we hope you have witnessed in the past 40 minutes. Sorry about Christian again, but please make sure you subscribe and follow on all platforms. Linktree is in our description for every single podcast.
And that's facts.
I think it's also in our YouTube bio.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're not following it there, you're doing something wrong.
Hey, man. Can you explain to us why you haven't subscribed yet?
I'm all ears. If you have a good reason, I'll listen and we'll try and make it better. So you will subscribe. Love you.
We can fix you. Can we do the same one? Is that what you were waiting on?
I've been Jaden.
I'm still Christian. That was mid.
We went awesome, and we are out of here.